All right, let's start with the adjust tool. I'd say this is probably where I start something like 90% of my editing journeys. This is where you really lock down getting the basics of your image right before you go on to doing more like creative or specialized edits. So take a look at this picture, the sort of the quintessential streetcar shot in Lisbon that I captured last summer. So within adjust, we have a number of parameters that we can change. So just to quickly talk through them. Brightness is how you darken or lighten the entire image. Contrast increases or decreases the overall contrast of the image. Saturation adds or removes vibrancy to all the colors in the image. Ambiance is kind of a twist on contrast. It adjusts the balance of the light across the image. Highlights allows you to darken or lighten only the highlights in the image. Shadows does the opposite, so allows you to darken or lighten just the shadows in the image. And warmth allows you to make your image warmer or cooler. So to just walk through those quickly, with brightness, I can bring up all the overall brightness of the image or make it a bit darker. For this one, I want to make it a bit darker. Contrast, as you can see, I can bring up the contrast there as well. Saturation, we can bring out more of the colors a little bit there. Ambiance, you can see some of that sort of like contrast-like effect happening as I adjust this. Highlights, we got some overexposure at the top of this image on that building, so I'm just gonna bring some of those down. I personally like to really maintain my shadows and even bump them up a little bit, so I'm gonna add some shadow in there. And then warmth, honestly, I think this picture is pretty spot on, so I'm gonna leave it how it is. If you're just a beginner and getting into editing, what I would recommend with the adjust tool is that you start with subtle adjustments, and that's gonna keep your image feeling kind of most realistic and not over edited. But you can see here, based on all those changes that I made, this is the original image, and that's the output after a few simple tweaks.